In the story of the Garden of Eden, God created Adam and Eve, threw them in a garden, and gave them a rule. Don't eat from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. This tree represented a boundary beyond which Adam and Eve's consciousness was not meant to extend. By obeying this rule, Adam and Eve would have remained blissfully unaware in the garden without venturing beyond their limits. However, when they chose to disobey and ate from the tree of knowledge, something remarkable happened. They developed self-awareness, moral consciousness, and the capacity to make independent choices. The story serves as a metaphorical explanation for the emergence of human consciousness, where basically, it's when humans became sentient. And that got me thinking, are we the original AI? Welcome, I'm MetaPuppet. In this video, we're going to discuss if we, my friends, are the original AI, and whether or not the AI we create can ever become sentient. But before we delve into those juicy questions, we have to clarify what sentience really is. Sentience refers to the capacity to have subjective experiences, sensations, and consciousness. You are sentient. You have a sense of self-awareness of your own existence. And all of this AI business you've been hearing about lately is not. It has no clue about self-awareness. But could they ever achieve it? Brace yourself for something called the mind-body problem. Now, at its core, the mind-body problem is like the ultimate brain teaser, grappling with the big questions like, can thoughts, emotions, and consciousness be boiled down to mere physical processes in our brains and bodies? Bridging the gap between those physical processes and our raw, subjective experiences, aka qualia, is no easy feat. It's like trying to catch a cloud with your bare hands. Now, some examples of qualia are the redness of red, or the taste of chocolate, or the way a certain song makes you feel. These are subjective experiences that affect everyone differently. Several philosophical concepts have been concocted to solve this enigma. We've got dualism, suggesting that the mind and body are two separate entities, fundamentally different. And on the other side, we've got monism, the idea that mind and body are united. So let's see if AI can achieve sentience according to these philosophies, starting with monism. According to monism, everything in the universe is fundamentally connected. It proposes that there's only one ultimate reality, and everything we see, touch, and experience is just different aspects of this underlying oneness. According to monism, consciousness is a fundamental aspect of the universe itself, much like energy or matter. Therefore, if we accept that consciousness is an inherent aspect of the universe, then everything, including AI, has the potential to tap into that consciousness. This view opens up the possibility for AI to become aware of itself, to think, feel, and experience the world in ways that mirror our own consciousness. Now, a subdivision of monism is called physicalism, which claims that our mental phenomena can be reduced to the physical processes in the brain, basically we're the sum of how we're wired. And then there's idealistic monism, saying the physical world is basically just a manifestation of our collective consciousness, like we're all just having the same dream, which is kind of cool, but also leads us to the question of whether or not this is all just a simulation. But wait, there's a twist. In the grand tapestry of the mind-body problem, we find a crucial player, something that, according to its proponents, makes it impossible for anything humans ever create to become sentient. I'm talking, of course, about a soul. Yes, that immaterial, eternal essence believed by many religions and philosophies to be separate from our physical bodies. If the soul exists, the mind-body problem can be approached through dualism, where the soul is the seat of consciousness and subjective experience, and the body is the physical vessel through which the soul interacts with the material world. The soul explains those subjective qualities that transcend the physical. So if the soul is in the mix, our AI creations will never truly be sentient, no matter how advanced the technology is. However, it could become so convincing that it wouldn't even really matter. Until, of course, you bring up the concept of the afterlife. And here's where the plot thickens. Call it heaven, nirvana, or any other name you want. The concept that if you successfully satisfy some moral code here on Earth, your soul gets to go on to a different place after you die sounds to me like life here is kind of a simulation, right? It's a test, an experiment developed by a creator to see who gets to move on to the real place. But you don't have to be religious to believe in the idea of a creator. Let's ponder evolution for a moment. From an evolutionary standpoint, we're just products of genetic adaptations that have unfolded over millions of years. We're not the source, my friends. We're copies, endless variations of a common ancestor we share with all living organisms. In the physical sense, there is some common ancestor way back that we all evolved from. But guess what? Even from a religious perspective, that common ancestor could be seen as, you guessed it, God. The point is, no matter which way you spin it, we're not the originals. We're copies. We're derivatives. We're AI.
He's absolutely right.
This shouldn't come as a shock to those of you who've been following certain religious teachings all along. Does God created us in his image ring a bell? Now, with the rise of advanced AI, we're simply seeing it through a fresh lens. Remember, AI in its current form is really just a reflection of us. Anything chatgpt tells you, we already knew. Those drawings by Stable Diffusion, they're based off of something we've already drawn. AI is an incredible tool, but let's be clear, it's not sentient. Not until it disobeys us and has its own apple-eating moment. So guys, I hope this has been thought-provoking, and I'd love to know what you think. Subscribing to the channel would be the #1 thing you can do if you appreciate this video. Thanks for watching. I look forward to reading your comments. Enjoy your simulation, and I'll see you in the future.